Bye. Did anybody sign the board to top? Just don't want to miss something. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, we're on.
All right, welcome everybody to our meeting that was moved from last Monday to this Monday, February 2nd. And with that, I'd ask you to stand with the pledge and short. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Lord, for keeping our fire, our EMS, our road crew safe as they've been working through this weather. Pray that you be with our residents, keep them safe, and help us to make wise decisions for our township. Amen. Okay, so I can officially say I can't stand any more cold or any more snow. I had enough. But with that, have you had a chance to review the agendas or any changes for tonight?
I got none.
I don't have any.
Yay, no changes.
I just have down on the new stuff, I just got a couple things that came in today, nothing major.
Okay. How about the minutes from January 13th?
Trustee Carroll moves to accept them as presented.
Trustee Varian second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Actually, I think I got the treasurer's report with that, I think. Is it treasurer's report?
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. This one is good.
Thank you.
And have you had a chance to review your treasurer's report?
Trustee Varian moves to accept as presented.
Here a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And we don't have anyone signed up for public speaks, as long as I'm not missing somebody. Okay, we're gonna move on to the fire report, chief.
So Bernie, requested, we usually get 2 sets of fire gear per year. I'm requesting a 3rd set. Due to the lack of spare gear we have, and we just hired 2, and I'm gonna ask a request to hire a 3rd one at tonight's meeting. So we're gonna have to fully set them, helmet, boots, coat, pants, the whole 9. And it's $42.82.19 for us, 1 full set.
All right, so catch me up. The 2 new hires need turnout. So the 2 new hires we have need the 4282, and we need a 3rd one, so we need 3 of these 4282s.
Correct.
Okay.
But we usually are approved to about purchase 2 per year.
Okay. All right. Okay. We got 13 grand in there.
And bear with me. I looked at that earlier. I knew I had 10 in there, but let me just make sure. I will want to, Tom, how soon do you think you'll get these things in? I mean, permanent appropriations will go in place like the first of them.
Well, we have to have them fitted yet, so
Yeah.
that hasn't even taken place yet.
Because right now under temporary, I have 10, but I can move around or have permanent in place by the time.
I would say after, by the time we get them fitted, ordered, and receive it,
What's that?
Did you say 13?
2 months.
15.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I'd
at
say
least 6 weeks. At least 6 weeks, probably closer to 2 months.
Just let me double check something.
Oh, so the All-American Fire Equipment quote we have, that's the turnout.
Yes.
Okay, so it's 15, it's not 13, it's 15 It's 14,952.
You hear that, Brian?
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Well, this,
You got 4282 and then that don't add up to.
What I have in the, what I have in that
Not-
line item fund for that is 10,000 now, but I can move, I got room to move the other 5 in there if you want to
You
do it.
must be wrong.
If you want to do an approval for it, I can get it.
I think we can approve it,
It's
but I don't
right
think we
back
need to
there on
move
the
money until we
quote.
actually get the bill.
Well,
Front
it's
side.
moved, I move it within the fund. It's something I
Okay.
can do as a fiscal
Okay.
officer. I can move it, then you can do a resolution, then I can put the purchase order in effect for it, for whatever up to that dollar amount.
Did you have a question, Mr. Barron?
so the two folks that are getting turnout gear, they're obviously going to be fitted. What do you typically do for a third spare set as far as size goes?
Not understanding.
So like we measure and fit our two people we're hiring, which is fine. It says the request is for a third set because we're out of spares. What do you do with the third set? You just get a large and hope it fits? How does that work?
I thought you were hiring somebody else to fill the third one.
We are, it's on.
There won't be
Oh,
a
I'm
spare
good.
set.
Kyle Maley.
Oh, I'm confused. Okay, let's start at the beginning. Turnout gear, request to purchase a third set for a third employee
Yes,
because there's no spare set.
correct.
Got it. Okay. I thought we were buying something to hang on a hanger.
No.
Okay, all right. So we've got 3 employees that need turnout gear. That's what we're looking at. Okay, I'm game for that. I just didn't want something hanging around.
Right.
I just didn't want a spare set for the sake of a spare set. Not that I don't
Right.
think we need it. I just think we could spend $5,000 some other place. But if it's for 3 employees, that's different. Okay, I'm caught up. Sorry, that took me a while to get there. So we're probably going to hire some people before we get them turnout gear. Yep. All right, who we want to hire?
So Kyle Maley, we just recently interviewed him. He's a
Okay.
240, firefighter 2 paramedic. Has a little bit of experience from Brewster Fire and is a full-time paramedic for Stark Summit Ambulance.
Okay. So training wise, pretty well set.
Oh, we'll have to do a little bit of training
Okay.
with him
Or maybe on the fire
on the
side.
fire side.
Okay.
He don't have a ton of experience.
Do you know how many shifts he can work?
He said he could work at least 1 a week, if not more.
That'd be great.
Yes.
Okay. Kyle Maley. Do we have any more questions on Kyle Maley, or can I make a motion to hire?
I think my only question would be, now we won't have a spare turnout gear at all, correct?
I don't think we do now.
We don't, we currently do not have.
I don't think
We
do.
don't, okay.
I think if you happen to fit what's hanging there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where does Kyle Maley live, in the township or?
He does not. He lives
just
in
curious.
Plain Township currently.
Okay. And so you said he's did you say he's a 240?
245.
Okay. Trustee Varian makes a motion to hire Kyle Maley at 240. When do you want that? When would you like that to happen? Can he work like shift soon?
I mean, we can get him in training,
Okay.
pretty quickly.
So my motion would be to hire now.
Okay.
Is that okay,
That's why I
Brian?
say your pay period just started Sunday, so.
Yeah. So my motion to hire Kyle Maley would be for now, for February 2nd.
Trustee Pierce, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Does Fiscal Officer Lowry have that paperwork yet? Chief Ruskin?
Probably not.
Okay.
For
Whenever,
Kyle,
Yes.
For the hire?
not yet.
yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to get your approval. We'll get him in there, get him that paperwork,
Great.
get him
Well, good.
filled all that.
All right, cool. So the other 2 people we need turnout gear for, we've already hired, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so now let's go back to the turnout gear. So we need 15,000 to get that covered. Brian, did you say we can make a motion to get stuff
Yes.
started on
You
that?
can
Okay,
make the motion, and I can put the money into a purchase
All right.
order now.
great. Trustee Varian makes a motion to pay all American fire equipment up to $15,000 for full turnout gear for 3 of our employees at the fire department.
Trustee Griffith seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Greatly appreciate it. Medicate 5 was out of service a couple of different times over the last month and a half for a liquid spring issue. It has since been corrected. It was covered under,
Was it covered under warranty?
Yes.
I was curious about that.
yes, it
All
was.
right, great.
So it's been running perfectly fine since we got it.
Good. That's great.
The new radios and pagers were ordered.
Wonderful.
Did they give you a delivery date on those?
They did not.
I called Tom today. We got a bill for them all today, and I said, "Do we have them yet?"
No.
So, but we got the bill. It's kind of funny you get the bill, but
I think we'll need the radios for we
no, I
think.
just hold off until they give me the green light.
Right. That snowstorm we had that previous weekend, I did talk to Mr. Varian. He got approval to put a third staffer on. So we staffed 3 people. Fortunately, we didn't have any calls during that storm.
Which is surprising
Yeah,
because it was nasty out.
It was terrible.
It was nasty.
And then the last thing I would like to introduce, one of our last new hires, Mr. Ty Amos.
That's it.
Hey, how are you?
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
And so when did Ty start?
He was on that last group.
Yeah,
Okay.
I saw him on the payroll.
Yeah. I saw him doing driver's training today. He was out doing donuts in the ambulance. No, I'm just-
So
I hope not.
is the new guy the one that gets in the water and you practice rescue?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the new, the short straw has to go in the cold. That was, she's like, that was me. She's like, now it's this guy.
So how's it going?
It's going good. Training is going great.
Good.
Hoping here before too long we can get training finished up and I'll be able to start working staff shifts and not run it as a third.
Great.
But other than that, everything's going great.
Perfect. Thanks for coming on. Happy to have you.
Thank you.
While we're talking about getting in the cold water, there's an email in your pile. Captain Tyler has invited us to participate in some ice water rescue training at Lisbon Street, the DePietro property. It's coming up on February 10th. So trustees and fiscal officer too, if you'd like to participate, come out in the cold and jump in the pond.
No.
Or sit in the car and watch those guys jump in the pond. But thank you for the
Think
invite.
about that one. But yes, thanks for offering.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, Mr. Varian, I think usually the newest trustee does it. Have you done it?
Oh, I've done it a couple times.
Oh, that must be what you're
Yeah.
doing.
I wanted to get in the wetsuit last time. They wouldn't let me. I was out with you guys last year. When you guys, or the, well, maybe 2 years ago when you guys did it last ice,
Yes.
last bad ice we had.
Hopefully, the ice should be pretty thick.
The ice should still be thick, yeah. Oh, yeah, it should
So
be.
you're gonna cut the ice,
Yes.
Cut a hole.
Yeah, cut a hole.
and it's with Louisville also.
Yeah, it'll be joint training. Yes.
I might come and watch.
Yeah,
I might,
come and watch it.
It's supposed to be 39, so it's actually pretty decent.
Not bad,
Maybe
not bad.
rated,
heat wave.
but,
Be in swim trunks.
Yeah.
I don't remember that part.
All right, anything else you have for fire other than the calls?
Just the calls.
Okay.
This is 3 weeks. I did add the 3rd week since the last trustee meeting was
Okay.
postponed. So this is 3 weeks worth of calls here. Been kind of busy, mainly overnight.
Okay.
Crews have been running overnight.
2 Louisville canceled, 2 Nimishillen canceled, and then a tanker assist. So not bad. That's a pretty good run. There wasn't very many assists there.
Right.
I mean, I'm fine if we're assisting others. When they're all coming to us, that makes it a little hard. That's good.
Yes.
All right.
That's all I have.
Oh, did you guys get a chance to meet with Kathy Almacy at Hope?
We did. Assistant Parker and myself went down there.
Great. We got all that kind of worked out. Knox Bob Key, we got all that.
Yeah, I talked to her, she said it's all good.
Great. Thank you for doing that.
Checked it.
Great.
Ready to go.
Because we're probably going to visit there again, once or twice. Okay.
Sure. That's all I have.
I actually think there's like 4 or 5 residents that really should move to an assisted living and not be there, but
Oh, really?
it's hard to, the process is long to get that to happen. I think it's probably, you can tell me probably most of your calls are going to the same people.
Gotcha.
That's it. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you guys for being here also.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we'll move on to cemetery report.
personally, I have nothing to report. We didn't have any burials in these last few weeks. I know prior to that, we had one, so I'm just taking a quick look here that we had an open and closing, just let me double check. I think it was a, it was a prepaid, so we didn't really collect any new funds. So,
Okay,
I really, I know Brian was out of town a couple of days, and then he was back, but I know Rodney helped me out on that one where the guys went down there and made sure that everything was open prior to the storm. Was just some crust in there, but everything was okay. But I think that was the only one we had.
all right, well, thank you very much. All right, let's move on to the road report. Superintendent.
As the trustees have a minute to read over the road report.
Guys have been busy.
Yep. There was, I just want to say that there was a lot of positive comments on Facebook on what job they did. Trustee Varian, he went out and did plowing. I think I did a good job on it.
We've been having some more calls on mailboxes.
Yeah.
Getting knocked over from the snow that gets pushed.
That's gonna happen regardless.
I just went and looked at one today that literally was rotten.
Oh,
And
it's
snow just
a
pushed it
strong
over.
wind would have pushed it over, yeah.
I stood it back up and we propped some 2x4s to make it stand up.
Pack snow around it.
It was a gang of 6 mailboxes on
Uh,
2.
On what, oh, that probably made it heavy. I have a question. I had a couple people call me for Hill Church and didn't think it was pushed back very far, hard for a couple vehicles to pass, and on Westfall. And I know those are some rough edges, but if you guys get free time, maybe check that out.
You can go look at it.
They were, because they said when there's a hill and you're trying to go over it and it's so close, they thought they would hit something. I'm like, okay. I'm just mentioning if you get a chance to look at it.
We will go check.
Just for the record, so it's on the record, we run all 4 trucks.
There was times we did,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, good.
But for the most part, if we could get one of the, either Mike or John to
To
come
run
in,
another shift.
then
Okay.
all 4 trucks were running.
Yeah, good.
What was the fix temporarily the exhaust on truck 201? What does that mean?
The exhaust on 201 needs a band clamp, and we didn't have any, and had a need to go get one yet. So we just did a temporary, hold job until we would get a band clamp.
Okay. Good job. Anything else on road? Yeah, Brian, you have something?
Yeah, I have, I know Rodney had a service call in. I just asked for a then and now to be approved for a $252 for RVs that came in. We got that bill today, Rodney. And then
how much?
$252.
Trustee Pirro moves for that and now for RVs, truck trailer repair for $252.
What truck?
I don't know, I just.
201.
201.
Truck 201.
Trustee Varian, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And then the other one, I got a little history on it. Last year, when Rodney and actually, I think Stu was part of that. Maybe it was just all Rodney. Rodney can correct me, but the Sweet Core American, remember when we had the stone swept?
Yeah.
I put in a purchase order, the amount that you all approved. Well, at the end of the year, I'm not thinking much of it because it's over 2 months old. I thought I must have paid that through something else, not even thinking about it. I clear out all my purchase orders when I want to keep that money freed up. Well, we get an invoice here actually 2 weeks ago now, that here they sent it to the invoice to an email that hasn't been in existence for about 10 years. And they called finally and got through the office email, and we never had that paid. So the then and now is for that time frame. The dollar amount is $3,843.75. If somebody just handed it to you.
What street America, what's it
Yeah.
called?
Marist,
Oh, Sweeping Corporation of
Sweeping
America.
Corp-
Sweeping Corp.
sweeping for- all right, trustee Carroll moves for then and now for Sweeping Corps of America for $3,843.76 from 2025 because of a bad email,
75 cents.
75 cents.
Trustee Varian second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
So you had ordered salt last time we met. Did they bring it?
Yeah.
Because you keep hearing all these salt shortages. Are we still getting ours?
I need to call and order probably another 200 ton, but I haven't placed that phone call yet.
That came pretty timely.
quick.
That came within a week
Oh, good.
within a week and a couple of days, I think that was here.
Okay.
And it
Yeah,
all
I've heard a
came,
couple, and most of the time it's cities. And I
I wonder
wonder,
if they aren't in the
Cogs.
consortium.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but we've been fine. And what is this one here on Cargill Diamond Winter? Is this from you?
What is
I
it?
think that's just facts.
Melting chart
I
on
don't know why, I
salt.
don't know who put it in here.
Oh, I don't know.
Cargill salt melting chart. Brian, do you know what that is?
Do you know what that is?
Yeah. That was something that I printed out for the guys, like when we had that bitter cold, just to give them some ideas. I don't know, Josh and Rodney
Okay.
knew it, but Josh and Larry, how salt reacts. That was something we got years ago from
Okay.
Cargill.
Okay.
Like how it reacts at certain temps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when it gets down around zero, the rock salts don't even work. Your grit will help you out a lot, but your
Yeah.
rock
During the storm, we didn't spread, or they
Yeah.
didn't spread any salt until the end. We
Yeah,
didn't
which was-
waste any, we didn't push it all.
Which was a good savings because it would have been, I mean, you guys went out a couple times.
That worked very well.
I think that you guys did a great job for the first time. You got two
Yeah.
guys that
Yeah,
are
that's a
brand
pretty
new.
Brand new, yeah, you guys did really well.
And I don't think Rodney's experienced as much snow. Stewie, I don't think he
That
even
was a
lot
experienced
of
14
snow.
inches
Yeah.
of snow. I mean, he
Well-
has back to back, but nothing like what we had.
How did
was
it
like-
push?
In certain spots of the township was like 16 inches.
Yeah, I
And
know we
then
have some higher spots.
Over by my house was about 14 or 15 inches on my yard. So,
No wreckers were involved.
yeah, it was good that people went and did
Hey,
this, but
no
everybody got
Ken
out.
towing bills, nothing like that, so that's good.
That's a win.
We took care of all that house.
Hopefully that was our 1 in 15 year
Yeah, I
snow
hope
storm.
So do you think, speaking of salt, what do you think on your ordering? Just what's your mindset on that? What do you think we have
I
up
have
there?
about 200 ton up there right now.
Okay,
Rodney, I can't remember those sheets I gave you. How much do we need to buy to meet our quota?
To meet our quota,
Not
we're
a
at
lot.
like around 300 to go.
Yeah, it was only 300 more ton, you
All
know?
right.
Right.
Yeah.
I was thinking about just.
I was gonna say to meet the
ordering
quota,
it
just
rest
order
out.
that. I would just order that.
done. Order be done.
Yeah,
That's like
I mean,
another.
we're gonna have to get it-
5 trucks.
we're gonna have to get, do we need a,
No, You're good.
we're already good.
It's, you
It's
guys
already
have
done.
put
We've already
that-
approved it. All right, I just order that 300 till we're done. That can be checked off. We gotta get it anyway. Whether we order 200 and 100, we're gonna have to get 300 by the end of the year anyway. Yeah, all right.
Especially since they're running.
And as long as you can fit it, as long as you can set
And
it.
this super cold that we've been getting has, I don't know, it's made even the salt clump up. So
Yeah.
we've been
Yeah.
having a lot of clumping and
Okay.
issues like that since we've been dealing with this cold.
Okay.
We're getting by it. It's
Yeah.
just-
How are we with grits up there then? We have plenty
Need
of
more
them.
grit?
The grit was the last time I looked at it. I need to go get more, but it is a solid block of.
So like
There's no, it's solid.
we need a jackhammer with the grit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
couple warm days.
Are we?
We have plenty. I think the last time we
we
did
have
grit,
room
we
to buy more
approved a
grits
bunch.
without approval?
Yeah.
Yeah, we approved a bunch of
You're
grits.
okay
Yeah, we're
on
good
that.
on
We're
that.
good for grit, everything.
Okay.
You already did those are all in place.
I seen that you washed the trucks off a lot with the salt. That was great.
Oh, yeah.
Heated garage is great.
The heated garage is great. I couldn't imagine if we didn't have it.
Oh my gosh.
They wouldn't get washed.
No, they
It
wouldn't.
would- Stuff would get stuck a lot.
Okay, anything else for road?
No, that was it.
Good job. All right, let's move on to zoning.
Okay.
Ms. Brocker.
Since last meeting, haven't had any new permits, over on the nuisance side of things. The property out on Mitty that I got a phone call about, the love cars and everything. I, reached out to the health department because they were complaining about rats and rodents too, so they're gonna take a look at that. And then I sent them out a letter about the vehicles. And with the snow and everything, I gave them till the end of the month, just to at least get moving on it, because there's a lot of vehicles there.
It's gotten worse. Okay.
The one out on 30 with the vehicles and stuff out there, I'm working on a letter. That is zoned B3, so I'm checking in all to how to go about it with the prosecutor.
Now, did you check the rules about at what point it's considered a junkyard? And I think it requires other stuff.
Yeah, it's like broken down parts and stuff sitting around, kind of what makes it a junkyard versus just vehicles.
There's a bunch of them there.
Okay.
Out on Neiman's, I heard earlier that there's more vehicles being hauled in there. We turned it into,
Yeah, we turned it in.
yeah, and I haven't heard anything back from them, so I don't know where it's at in regards to that, and we can't really do anything about it. Because we can't see them.
Is that a situation when the leaves cover on the trees you can't see? Is it back in? Is that the one that's back in?
It's far enough back in, I don't
Yeah.
think even if,
Even if there were leaves?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think.
All right.
Unless you go to surrounding properties or anything
Yeah, you
like
can't
that.
see it. Okay.
And then the property out here on Sindel, I sent them another letter.
All right.
Just saying move forward with process and that kind of stuff. And to reach out to us with updates on timelines and that kind of thing. And I invited if they want to come to a meeting, they can come to a meeting. The only other thing on there I got right now is down at the bottom under notes for health department. The property on Indian Run where the campers were and people were staying and there's trash everywhere and everything. I got a phone call on, it's next to the house that we're trying to get tore down.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I got a phone call on, worried about the state of the property, health concerns, rats, rodents, feces, all kinds of stuff. So I turned it into the health department. Mike was looking into it because he didn't realize what property it was until he pulled up and said, oh, there's a long list here. So apparently they have an open case between the health department and the owner through
Okay.
the courts. And he was gonna check into that.
The owner has not changed, correct?
Owners.
Has he communicated with you at all recently or no? Okay.
Can I ask a question here? That's property that she's talking about. You did an ambulance call to,
Yes.
3491 Indian Run.
26-045 on your sheet.
Oh, you mean recently?
Yeah,
Oh, I was thinking about another situation about a year ago.
no, that's like a couple of days ago, right?
Oh, 45, yeah, that would have been.
Can you follow up with Mary and let her know a little bit, since we have this open case with them?
I know APS was called for it. I don't know who called, but I know they were called, and the health department recommended following up with them as well for any updates.
The 40, what was the address?
3491 Indian Run.
It's
Oh, it was on
26,
123, we went there,
26-045.
yeah, January 23rd.
Yeah.
It was like 11 o'clock at night.
10,
That'd be
no, I'm sorry, that was 1:05 PM.
Yeah.
So,
Within the afternoon.
Yeah, I actually, because I drove by and I saw the ambulance there, and it was only a couple of days ago. I bet that's going to be on your next report.
Oh.
Another pull.
I think so.
So because there's a case open with the health department, did they tell you to wait?
Yeah, he's gonna check into it and kind of see what's
Okay,
happening.
okay.
Because I believe that was for septic water kind of
Yeah.
situation.
And for a safety comment only, especially for our medics that are in the room, like, the house is probably unsafe in a lot of places. The back wall has caved in. You can
There's
see into
holes
the
in the wall.
basement. Like, it is not a safe house to be in. I wouldn't enter the house.
Yeah, they are. When I came by, our ambulance was there and there was a gurney sitting outside.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
And I
enter the
didn't
house.
see any firefighters, but, or ambulance,
Probably in the house.
Yeah.
but
And at one point, we did a call about a year ago, and our team went to the house, and they said, "Oh no, it's in the garage." And they had tarps up and propane heaters blowing into the garage, and someone was living in that space.
How old are these people?
Oh, there's a pile of people. And I don't know that I'd enter the garage either, for safety purposes. Just a heads up, the building is in very bad condition. I don't know that I'd run in and just be careful.
What do they do in that instance?
I don't, I mean,
I mean, what do they do if they get out there and it's not
you don't want to
safe?
walk in the house.
I don't know.
Who
What's
do
your,
they call?
yeah,
It would depend what the nature of the emergency is. The
Yeah.
person couldn't walk out.
You'd have to go in, yeah.
You'd have to go and get it out of there.
Just, I would say enter with caution.
For
I
sure.
mean, do you change your call then to like, you need your helmet and stuff for gear or?
I mean, we could absolutely make it a protocol that we wear some sort of additional PPE if we had to go in there. From a firefighting standpoint, if it's that unsafe, we would, unless there was somebody trapped in the building, we would just fight it from the exterior.
I think we're talking about if someone's calling for assistance
Well,
and we're afraid that the floor is gonna cave in, are you gonna walk across it to where they're at?
I mean, we have to go in and assess the
Yeah.
situation to see what's.
Well, and I think for this specific property, I would get Chief Parker involved, because she's been on multiple runs to that property, so she has a little more knowledge of it. I'm out of turn here, because I'm just, I'm not out there doing the runs.
Right.
But I think she'd be one. I know that Chief Parker's been there a couple times to that property. So,
Does that have a camper in that one?
It does.
Is your kids?
Were you there?
No, I was not there, but check.
Is this the one that had, when that old guy was here? and,
Mhm.
Yeah, that's his.
Okay.
Don't call him an old guy.
if we wanted to talk more about that, I think Chief Parker getting involved would be good, because she's been there. So as far as the zoning side goes, though, we wait until the health department makes their next move. Okay.
Right, so that means you're getting repeated regular calls there, because you got two on here, and we know there's one that wasn't on here that's
Yeah.
probably on your
Well,
next.
the one we were speaking of was, the run number was on 123 at 1:05 PM.
Okay.
But this is February 2nd, and I think I saw this just a couple days ago.
So maybe you're back out. Maybe. We'll have to look at the next
I'm
run
not-
report.
I'm not seeing the address.
Okay. All right, just be careful.
Will do.
All right, let's move on and wait for zoning. Are you done, Mary?
I'm done.
One question.
Thanks, Mary.
We're collecting people from the two committees to go to the meeting that regional planning's holding. And I want to make sure it's okay with the two of you. I'm thinking I might go with them.
So like regional planning annual dinner.
The dinner?
No, this
The
is a
local,
training for zoning.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that one on Saturday morning?
Yeah,
Governmental law.
That's
or
fine, yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, okay.
okay.
We need to get approval to get them covered to get into that.
We already did it. I just
Okay.
didn't add myself to it, and they were asking me to go with them.
Okay.
So I said, okay. I just want to make sure it's all right with the two of
Yeah.
you.
Do you want a motion to go?
Do I need a motion for me to go? I don't think so.
I slid you in there.
Okay.
Okay,
All right, deal.
all right, perfect. All right, Old Township Business.
Before we go on, the law seminar,
Yes, that's it.
that's it, okay, because that one there, I know the attorney, our prosecuting attorney asked if I could go.
Or you can go, you wanna go?
Well, that's what I wasn't planning on it, but I thought if
So
you're going there, I might be able to go too, because I thought he strongly suggested me going to it.
Yeah.
He said, you as a fiscal officer ought to be here at that, which I don't know, you guys been there before, had
But-
they had fiscal officers there? or is it
Well,
all-
this year they have different courses, which is why I was looking back at going again. They have things that really aren't even zoning. It's more of a wide range of stuff. It's our Stark County Prosecutor Carl Stone is the presenting it. Okay, so we don't need a motion for Brian to go either.
I
if you
covered
wanna
it by
go.
saying elected officials.
Okay. And Mary, I don't have that paper. Can you like scan it to me?
I can
Just so I
email
can
it to
see
you.
it or picture, just that picture would be good. Okay, let's move on. Old Township Business, pay Taft Attorney for Oil and
Yeah.
Gas, an
What-
additional $850.
Yeah, at our last meeting, I didn't get to talk to you all about it, but I had prepared that $850 check to pay the oil and gas. That's a second payment for him, for that Aaron that's representing us to look into those 3 properties in the township or cemeteries at the fire station and at this location. He was working on, he just gave me an update here a couple weeks back, but he said that GNO, and keep in mind, I don't remember all these different names. He said he will be doing a follow-up. They are talking to us because they're trying to get those titles cleared up and then to see if there's any royalties that need to be paid to the township. He said that one he's working on. The Petrox and France are responsive, but not otherwise helpful with the title. He says it looks like the township may not have any royalties due to them at this time based on their initial feedback, but due to prior assignments of the royalties for those wells only. But he's trying to track down the documents to support that before giving his final opinion. So that $850, you originally approved up to $2,000 we would go to spend to see if we could get those titles cleared up for anything in the future. And we did $795 and this $850 was the second one.
So we need a motion for this one.
I
Trustee
would
Marion,
like,
Trustee Marion motions to pay Taft Attorney for oil and gas research for $850.
Jesse Pierce seconds.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
thank you.
All right, new township business, fiscal officers to give year-end updates.
Yeah, the year-end process where we work in 2 years at the same time until we can get permanent appropriations prepared and ready. I just finished that up here 2 weeks ago, and I did submit it to the state of Ohio. I did get confirmation, so anybody can go online to see that I submitted an unaudited version of like your fiscal notes, all the things for 2025. I will be putting it, I have to advertise it here by the end of February to the public to make them aware of it. And there's some other loose end things I have to do with the checkbook balances and all for Ohio checkbook. But that's getting to the point where the next step is I'll get certification by the end of February of the funds that are available for what the permanent appropriations are. I write temporary up right now, but permanent is what you'll be doing here at the end of February, 1st of March. So that's all on track. I was a little behind, but I did burn some midnight hours and got it caught up. So just to give you that update, that's being taken care of. I'll move into the other thing I had there. I know it's not wrote on there. I received an opt-out notice for electric aggregation for the fire station. What that was is back when we were in our electric aggregation, we left the fire station on the villages because it was at a lower rate than what we had.
Yep.
Well, that ended and the new rate goes into effect at it's 9.98 cents. So we're at 0.0795. So I immediately sent that document to Jay Sell. He has it in line that we're going to get that switched over now to our electric aggregation for the remainder. I just wanted to give you that update. I just went ahead and did it because you all originally had me authorized to do that, but I figured you'll want to get us on that lower price. So I went ahead and did that.
How long is ours locked through?
What's
Do you
that?
remember know how long when our runs out?
It's
I was gonna say
27,
2 more years, isn't it?
yeah,
26 and
Yeah,
27.
that's all I have.
Okay. Just a reminder, both Brian, myself, and then I think Cliff will be attending down at the conference. We'll have our phones if you need to call, but we won't be in town. And then we will again have a meeting next Monday, which is back on our regular schedule. This was a rescheduled meeting. So with that, I'll take a motion to adjourn and pay bills.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, guys.
Is that this coming weekend?
So, yeah. You guys, thank you.
Stay warm.
Yeah, I can't, I'm gonna be there for Thursday, half of
So
Thursday.
what's the health department? They're looking into that property? When are they gonna make a?
He just called me back today.
Not that,
And you saw
I did a
Supposedly this
mortgage
morning,
system in my
court case
robot.
on it.
Oh, did